everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tane Talks. I am your host, Tane, here to talk about the new season of MAFS. As promised to you guys, I have a special guest today, and it is Brittany from season 19. Hi, Brittany. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. We've been waiting for this season for so long,
Yeah.
and I want to know how you feel now that you're a vet. You're not you're not new to this anymore.
Yeah, it's interesting being on the other side. I was like, oh, I can only imagine how they're feeling right now with, the
Yeah.
weeks leading up to the release and then obviously with the actual release of the first episode.
Yeah.
But I've really just been like, okay, good luck to the new cast
Yeah.
members and welcome to the Mavs family.
I know. I mean, you were the subject matter of the sneak peek last season.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
how did that feel when before the season premiered, like it was you and you were like, "Oh God, I'm the person that they focused on." Like, how was that?
Oh my God, that was so interesting. Who brought it to my attention? Like, was it my mom? I don't remember. I don't remember like how it was brought to my attention.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh wow, this is so cool. So it just like gave me a little bit of a sneak peek
Yeah.
of what to expect. But yeah, it was so long. I remember watching it. I'm like, oh, this is long.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But of
Yeah.
course, it just brought it all back, and yeah.
Aw. Well, you're on the other side now, and I can't wait to pick your brain on this and also to see like what insights you can give us as someone who went through this last year. And before we get into that, just want to remind you guys, patreon.com/Tane Talks. If you want ad free, if you want video, you can check that out there. And I'm covering 90 Day Fiance. And coming up soon, if you watch The Polygamist, I will be covering that show. Did you watch that, Brittany, on
I
Netflix?
do not.
Okay, it's not a reality show, but it's a very interesting show. But you should check it out if you have the time to. Okay, so I feel like season 19 was the first time that it was on Peacock, right? And I just thought like the show was gonna like, a brand new audience, like crossover shows, they'll consider you guys, for all of the things. As someone who lived the experience, how do you think your season was received?
No, I feel like I think the hope was that a lot of, if not all of the like the lifetime
Mm-hmm.
audience would kind of trickle over to
Mm-hmm.
Peacock, as well as like Peacock is this huge streaming platform, as well as capture maybe a
Mm,
new audience. I don't know. I don't really know. Like I haven't dug into the
right.
analytics or anything like that. So I don't know what the viewership,
Yeah.
ratings were or anything like that. But I feel like it was definitely met with a lot of mixed reviews. Like a
Okay.
lot of the lifetime OGs,
Yeah.
OG fans were, well, if it's going to Peacock, I'm not paying for like a Peacock
Yeah.
subscription. And it stops here. I'm not going to watch it anymore. Like, is
Yeah.
that true or not? I don't know. They probably, if you love the show, you love the show. It doesn't matter where
Yeah.
it moves to. So yeah, I definitely feel like it was met with a lot of mixed
Reception. Yeah.
reception for sure.
My frustration is just like I thought it was going to bring like more viewers and then we'll have maps people and all of the things. So when I watch like let's say Perfect Match and they have a maps person but it's from Maps Australia or they keep casting international maps people, I'm like we have rice at home. There's Maps USA here. Cast people from there. That's my thing.
I have petitioned to be on Perfect Match, but I get it. I'm like, okay, maybe in the next season for sure.
Okay,
Hopefully.
that finger. Oh, Brittany, why?
Hopefully. I don't know anything. I'm like, is there even going to be a next season? I don't know. But I was like, listen, I've thrown my name out there. I know a couple of people have thrown my name out there. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
fingers crossed for Brittany, everyone. Let's hope. But what were you looking forward to anything? Knowing that the experts were gone, all of that. As a viewer, were you looking forward to anything this season as we started season 20?
I think as a viewer, because like obviously before I even did Married at First Sight, I was a fan of the show. So I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to make sure that the essence of the show was still the same. Like I just wanted to make sure that it was a story about finding people who are willing to take literally the most like the ultimate leap of faith for love. And I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to make sure like that was still captured. But still also as a viewer, like there is that intrigue of who are these new experts, and like
Mm-hmm.
how is that going to change? What
Mm-hmm.
are their do they look for the same thing as the previous experts that they look for? I don't even really know what the previous experts looked for, but is it the same, right? Like, are there any sort of similarities there, or is it really going to be just this huge difference
Yeah.
and like the essence and the feel of the show?
And what did you think?
I thought it was. I love that they showed the matchmaking kind of
Mm-hmm.
conversation, because I know they used to do that in previous
Mm-hmm.
seasons with the OG experts. And so I did like that. I don't know. I think the verdict is still out. I don't know. That first episode, it felt different. Like, you can definitely
Yes.
tell you were watching a different show,
Yes.
but also, I mean, the when it came down to it, right, the theme was still the same. Right,
Yeah.
you meet your altar. Wow, you meet your spouse at the altar, and like you're
Yeah.
getting to a stranger. So like that feel was still there. And I think with our season, they started to introduce some changes. Right, like it definitely felt a little bit rushed,
Mm-hmm.
in the sense that the first episode you started out with the wedding, and you
Mm-hmm.
really don't even know who these people are, so you kind of just have to go on the journey with them. Whereas in previous seasons, like as it was done before, you get to understand who these people are first, and like why they came to do this,
Yeah.
uh, before you even start to get into the marriage. So they definitely kept that with this current season.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like you got to learn a little bit more about their personalities, more
Yeah.
so than last season.
That'd be fun. Okay. Well, we only met three couples. I thought we were going to have all the weddings this episode, and we met three couples. For me, like you said, the verdict is still out, but the saxophones were getting louder to me because I'm like, what? Okay, we're going to get through it. But guys, season 20, we are in Seattle. And if you listen to my sneak peek recap, you might hear some of the same things because they basically just dropped 7 minutes of that straight into the scene. But we do get a montage of everyone. We get a sneak peek into the season, how they're here to find love, and then we get an introduction to our new experts. And again, I give all the background that I know of Paul because I'm familiar with Paul, from some things that he's done before. And we see him say that the last 7 years he's been an expert on the MAFS UK. And for those who haven't listened, he is 51. The man looks good. You could never tell that he is 51. Did you know anything about him before this?
No, I
Okay.
didn't. So it's funny. I was watching it with Megan,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Who does he look like? Who does he look like?" And we were trying to figure it out. And at first, she's like, "He looks like Tay Diggs," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's not who
No.
you meant to say. Not every black person looks the same."
Let's see.
And then I was like, "No, Tyson Beckford. That's
Tyson Beckford.
exactly who he
Mhm.
looks like."
Yes.
No, but
Yes.
I wasn't, familiar with him,
Yeah.
um, or the other expert. So I think it'll
Hmm.
be interesting. Like, I know that is going to be a common focal point for this season, is really introducing the new experts, and
Yeah.
obviously establishing essentially their credibility, and
Hmm.
taking something on like this. So it'll be interesting to see, like, just to learn a
How
little
it
bit more
goes.
about them and their process.
Yeah. So I watched Married at First Sight Australia, and I've been talking about how much of this they're going to incorporate because I do think they are incorporating how it is. So for those who don't know, their weddings in Australia is not legally binding. Now, they didn't mention that here, but if you guys notice, back in the previous seasons, Dr. Pepper, Pastor Cal, they'll be like, this is a legally binding marriage and the only way out is divorce, which sounds like a threat, but they always say that. But they did not say that this episode.
Whoa. Okay. So I'm
So
not familiar with with the
yeah,
Australia
yeah,
version. And that's like, I
hmm,
mean, like, as someone
hmm,
who call that out, that's a really good call out. But they better be
yeah.
legally married. I was freaking legally married.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're not outright saying it is, they're not saying it isn't, but I just noticed that usually they start with that threat. Sorry, guys. And now they did not. So, I don't know if that's going to be the
Interesting.
case, but we'll see what happens. So, in the season preview, they do show like a group session, which is similar to Married at First Sight Australia. So, every week they have a dinner party where there's all the drama and the experts watch them through a screen. And it looks like they are incorporating that. And then every week they have a commitment ceremony where all the couples sit together with the experts, which it looks like they're going to do too. But then they call it a commitment ceremony because at the end you say if you want to stay or if you want to leave. As long as one person says stay, you both have to stay. Now, I don't know if they're going to do that. but in the preview it looked like they called it a group therapy session, not a
Yeah.
commitment ceremony, so I don't know, but so far it does have those similarities. We do hear Nick say at the dinner is now open. They do that every season on Married at First Sight Australia, except it's a waiter who says it. Dinner is now served, but it seemed like it was Nick who said it. So by all accounts, it seems like we are adopting the Australian concept, and my fear is that in the Australian concept, because they mingle so much, there is a lot of cheating that has happened in the past. I think the last two seasons have been the only times maybe we haven't had a cheating scandal in Australia.
Oh
But
no. Okay, so that's so interesting. I might have to go and like watch a season of Australia just to see if there are, just to see if
mhm,
it like leans more
more
toward
into
that
yeah,
than, how it's been in the past seasons.
yeah, it's looking like it, and I'm like, oh boy, I don't know where what is gonna happen here. So
Interesting.
um
Well, I guess it's Peacock. You got to make it spicy.
yes, I think that's what they're going with, with that. Okay, so the two new experts, Paul Brunson, which I've said a little bit about him, he's still the global relationship science expert at Tinder as part of the many things that he does. And his podcast, We Need to Talk, and he interviews people. And the other expert is Lisa Paz. I am not familiar with her, but she's Miami based and a counselor and couples counselor and sex therapist. So, you know. I don't. I need time to warm up to her. She's very eager. She's very. I don't know if it's just warming up on camera. I don't know if she's done TV work in the past, but she's very. Yes, I agree. Yes, he's so great. So I don't. I don't know. I don't know what
She's
you thought.
enthusiastic. She's very passionate about her work.
Yes, let's put it that way. Yes, that's what it is. So we'll see what happens because it is her first time on the show. So we meet Marissa, who is 30, saying that she loves love and she's been to 6 weddings alone this year. By the end of the episode, it was 8. So maybe some time had passed and she had 2 more weddings that she attended. And she's walking into a bachelorette party. I don't know why they called it a bachelorette party. It was not a party, it was like a meet and greet of everyone, which again, that's what they do in Australia. They all meet for drinks and meet each other during the night. We meet Felipe, hmm, who is 29, a restaurant manager. Well, he owns the restaurant. And he said he wasn't always this attractive. And I'm like, okay, if you think you are, that's fine. Some may argue that you still that way. But do you consider him attractive? I don't know. Do you, maybe he works?
He's cute.
Yeah.
He's not ugly.
No, he's not ugly. He says that he was an uggo most of his life. His words, not mine. But he
Yeah.
started working out, he tanned, he took Accutane, got his teeth whitened. And that's when he learned that women are just as shallow as men because he's been getting hit on nonstop. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I
All
thought that
right.
was an interesting comment. But I mean, what a way to like introduce yourself, right?
It is. But then I'm concerned that someone who's a self professed ugly duckling turned swan, getting all that attention, might still be working through things. Because what if he's just still basking in people finding him attractive, getting women, and all of a sudden you want to get married? But have you, sowed your oats and gotten everything out your system? And through this episode, I don't know. He's still partying.
We might, I don't know, that might be like his storyline. We might
Yeah.
see that start to play out. I mean, especially given the fact that Tori, I believe her name's
Yeah.
Tori, is
Hmm.
the spouse. And I looked at her, I'm like, oh, she's gorgeous.
Smoke show.
I was like, she is gorgeous. Okay. But what I also liked is that when they, and I don't know if I'm skipping ahead, but when they
No,
got
they're
married,
fine.
she was like, you're hot. Or I think she said hot. I don't know. I feel
Yes.
like everyone says you're hot now. It's just like weirdest terminology to me. But she found him attractive, and obviously he found her attractive. So I'm like, okay,
Yes.
that's good.
Yes, that's all that matters. Like I'm always so nervous when they meet, but as long as they find each other attractive, I'm like, okay, we can work with this. So that's good. So he walks in, he meets Adam, who's 31, he meets Mecca, and right off the bat, like I said, it's the same thing. The guys are meeting, but guys just keep popping up. Like we don't even see them walking in. They're not there 1 minute, and then the next minute they're there. We find out that Felipe was born in Brazil, but he moved to the States when he was 6. Devin plays professional rugby, and Mecca says he cleans porta potties for a living. And I think Mecca is so attractive, but he has two of my no-nos, Brittany. He has cornrows in the year of our Lord 2026, and he has dangly earrings. Now, Brittany, I know your ex. I know your ex wore
So,
dangly earrings. Are you okay?
hey, look, to each his own. You know what they also had? I was watching the show and then I was like, I don't know why I didn't focus in on the dangly earrings, but it was the socks for me. I was like, oh,
I
okay.
didn't even see that.
I was like, I see what you guys are doing here because Mecca is attractive. I was like, yeah, he's
Yes.
cute.
Mm-hmm. It's a
And
prototype on there. But he's 28. He says it's not glamorous work, but someone's got to do it. Felipe says that he wants a wife who appreciates that he works hard but likes to party a lot. And he's been single for 4 years, but he also dates a lot. So we see the Pasta Cal look-alike Sean, who is 48. We don't focus on him at all this episode, so he's coming later. He's coming much later. Devin is dancing to what seems like no music, but I'm like, you know what? Good vibes. If you're happy, we're happy with you. Felipe is not doing a good job of getting me in his good books because he's the one doing all the talking. And they ask him if he brings his dates to his restaurants, and he's like, all the time. I'm like, so no effort? Like, you just bring all of them to your restaurant?
yeah,
And
I
then
was like, oh, that's tacky. I don't like that.
it is. And then he supplements that with, oh, I let it be known I don't hit on my customers. They have to hit on me. I'm like, are you a child? Like, are you a teenager? But that's what I mean. He's just discovering girls, not like literally, but like
Yeah.
being attractive.
He's
So,
just discovering that he has the juice. And like
yes.
now he's like, I can see that. Yeah, I think that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Mm hmm. Mm hmm. You guys know I love to read, and I sometimes share in some episodes what I'm currently reading. Every now and then, I challenge myself to read something outside of my usual genre, and that book for me now is House of Rain by Harley LaRue. It's a gothic romance novel that follows Salem, who ends up stranded on a remote island instead of going on her honeymoon. There she meets the mysterious Rain, whose family manor is filled with unsettling secrets. Then people start dying, something begins stalking the forest at night, and what starts as a forbidding attraction turns into a fight for survival. With the isolated island, gothic mansions, and the creeping sense that something terrible is always just out of sight, I was intrigued and creeped out. If you're a fan of supernatural suspense and dark romance with an unforgettable atmosphere, check out House of Rain by Harley LaRue, now available wherever books are sold in print and in ebook. Okay, so Nick has popped up. Nick is the name everyone knows. He's the one that's been on The Circle. He's been on Perfect Match, and he has been on Battle Camp. I I was wondering why he was cast. Like, even if we wanted a reality vet, why him? But I think by their social media, I think I see why he was cast. He's been promoting the heck out of the show. So
Mhm.
he's inbuilt promo, I guess, and he has the personality for it. But we'll see. I don't know. Do you know anything about Nick before
I
this?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't watch The Circle or like I don't
Okay.
think I watched his season of Perfect Match.
Match.
So, but
Yeah.
I have been seeing that he's like you said, promoting the crap out of this season. So I'm like, hey, that's good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they all are, Brittany, but I think for me, it's like after getting used to watching all the lifetimes where their social media had to be locked, we
Yeah,
knew nothing about them until like decision day and the reunion or something to that effect. And then seeing them like, oh, our show is coming out. It doesn't feel like it's about the marriage. It's more
yeah.
about the show that I'm like, okay, I guess it's a good time, but I don't know. It's just different. And
It's
I,
different. It's
yeah.
very different. I mean, because that was even different for us, right? We were the first
Mhm.
season where we got to um like have our accounts public
Yeah.
and we were able to promote the show and all of
Yeah.
these things. And it's just different. It's different good, it's different bad, is it better? I don't know. It's just different.
It is. And I'm keeping an open mind. I'm not one of those people who thinks like, oh, things should always stay the same because the one thing in life is evolution. Things
Yep.
have to change and you have to be open to it. And not everything is going to work, but some things are going to work. So it's okay. But I think the one thing that they had was it being, we don't know yet, but a legally binding marriage, the stakes are high. And that
Yeah.
counts for something. But if it's not, then you have nothing to lose. This is just a great time.
That is so interesting. I've not heard that. So like I've not heard that take, so that's so interesting.
Yeah. So
I
again, guys, I'm not
can't
saying it's fact.
imagine. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, I can't
Yeah.
imagine that being the case, but, like, also I don't know, right? But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And how would we know? I'll just wait for MAFS fan to, to let us know whether it is or isn't. Okay. So Felipe is still talking. Oh, sorry. I was talking about Nick. So he has popped up. Okay. That's it. Felipe is still talking and asked them if they've cheated or if they've been cheated on. And the guys are like, no. And he's like, oh, wow. I cheated once. And what's weird is I didn't even remember until he came up 2 years later. And I'm like, take this to your grave. Don't say it off cam. I don't, why are you saying this?
I don't know what I was just watching. You know, when you're watching something and you're like, oh, like that was my friend. I'm like, oh my god, what else is he gonna say?
Yeah, if you can say that, that means we got more to look forward to.
Yeah,
So Nick says that he knows already that he's gonna have the best marriage. Like Nick is competitive. He was good on the circle because he's very strategic. So I
mm,
feel like he's looking at this as a competition. And he's like, I'm gonna have the best marriage. Like if I had to pick a person where it's not gonna work out, it would be Felipe. So Felipe says it was 2018. He hasn't done it. He's not going to cheat on his wife. So, and somebody said that you know of. I'm like, yeah, that's true because you didn't know
right.
until 2 years later. We meet some of the women. We meet Nikki, who's 46, Tori, as we mentioned, who's going to be Felipe's wife, who's 32, Beljolie, who's 28 and is a singer, songwriter, who wants to recreate the movies and wants, a fairy tale and wants to be the leading lady. And the women talk about types. And Courtney says, like, well, he doesn't have to be a six-pack god, but I just want him to have a neck. And I'm like, that's so specific.
Right. So clearly she's dated men before who like were no
Had no
neck.
neck. And they did
Okay.
her dirty. And she's like, never again will I
She's
be
like that.
ruined by a no neck motherfucker.
I will never do that ever again. To each his own.
We meet Adam. He has a cabin on the water. He has jet skis. He has plays pickleball. Adam is going to be a problem, but we are going to get to him. He has a car, but he doesn't use it because why? He rips the jet skis, bro. So, he's an adrenaline junkie and it makes him feel alive. So, he talks about how he courted girls. He didn't say dated, he courted them nonstop, 20 to 29, but he was dating girls who were party girls and they weren't looking for anything serious. And he has allegedly been looking for a wife since he was 18. That's a red flag. I know he thinks it's cute, but it's a red flag for me.
Yeah.
um he says like a lot of the girls were not disciplined. So let's just know that if it was back in the day when they used to give titles for you guys, it'll be like Mr. Discipline because he says that a lot.
Yeah.
He says he's in his non-drinking era. Pay attention, guys, because these are just all the storylines being put together. And I'm
Exactly.
like, they're gonna give him a drink, aren't they? Like you say it long enough, you know.
Yeah. You know.
So he says that discipline is the theme of his life due to his parents and the values that they instilled within him. Primarily piano. Did you know piano was a value? I'm like, what?
Well, he's just trying to he's really trying to give an example of like his discipline, I guess.
I mean, a hobby that required discipline, but not a value. But
Right.
he goes over to play the piano. He does all these things. He warms his hand by the fire. He's cute, but he seemed like really intense. And Nick is all, oh my God, I'm here for displaying your musical prowess, but so long.
Yeah.
So he keeps going, and Nick is like, all right, I know you're going to be successful at all the things. Your wife is going to be so stoked. You're so annoying. And someone's like, well, we know who's having sex the first night. So I guess they rate him highly.
They rate him pretty high, yeah.
Yeah. And just as we suspect, we see Marissa saying, hey, do you guys like tequila? If you can take shots of tequila, you can get through anything in life. And we're like, this is his wife then. So it is his wife.
Yep.
They give a toast, and that was it for us meeting all the people. And then we venture into what is like the matchmaking, but the meeting of the couples, which, like you mentioned at the top of the episode, I kind of like it. I like that we meet them and immediately we go into them and then we kind of see, their wedding. So it's a good pace. I think I like the pacing of this. So we see Paul and Lisa do the matchmaking, and Lisa says what she looks for in matchmaking is compatibility of how they want to live their life. And Paul says shared values, readiness, emotional availability, and they need to be, I think Lisa says this, sexually attracted to
Yep.
each other. So they're both excited for this. So I'm like, okay, they seem excited. We can work with this. This is good. So we start with Tori and Felipe. And he is telling Paul that until the day he finds his person, he will have as much fun as he can. Okay. He volunteered to Paul that he had 0 hours of sleep and came home at 4 a.m. because the after party was at his place. Brittany, why are we not eliminating him based on this alone?
I thought the same thing. I was just like, in what world are these like qualities that you say, oh, he's going to make a perfect husband?
Yeah.
It
Like,
was just interesting. It again, the entire time I'm watching like Felipe, I'm just like, oh,
yeah.
okay. He's a character.
Like,
He is a character. A,
nothing gives confidence. And he's very over the top.
a
So
character.
yes, that's true. He's
Yeah.
a character. I just feel like if the show was so serious, we would be very strict. But don't. If it were me, no one would. We would have no candidates. So it's a reality show first and foremost. So I guess that's why he's on here. But Paul does ask the important question. He's like, "But you showered, right?" And he says, "Of course." And I'm like, "Thank God," because you can never be too sure. I mean, have you seen things online? A certain demographic of people are actively fighting against taking showers. So I'm glad he asked, and I'm glad he said yes. And he gives a reason because it's Felipe. He says because Brazil has the highest showers per capita because that can't even be true. But how do you measure that? He says because you have to be ready. And Paul is like, for what? He was like, in case you meet a pretty lady. And I'm like, you really do think you're like funny, cute, or whatever it is you think you
He
are?
has the machismo. What do
But
they call it?
yeah, the machismo, the I don't know. He just thinks he's cool. Or maybe he's just nervous. Funny enough, it could be the opposite where it's like social anxiety and he's just, I gotta say
Yeah.
something and it sounds great. But the thing is, he hasn't lived in Brazil since he was 6. He hasn't dated there. How do you know? Like, what are you saying?
Right.
So we see Tori, and the first thing Tori tells us is like, when I meet him, the first thing I'm gonna tell him is, I'm not crazy. Do with that what you will, guys. She says that she will be into a fun boy. And this is how they set you up because if they play it back, you did say you wanted a fun boy.
Exactly. I clocked that immediately. I said, oh, well, I get it. This is it.
Do you think you got the things that you asked for?
Me.
Yes.
Um, I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, first and foremost, like religion was important to me. And so like
Yeah.
obviously we had that whole
Hmm.
kerfluffle there. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think so. Like looking back on it now, I don't think that I got what I was looking for, but they saw something.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. I still to this day, like if you were to ask, why do you think y'all were matched? I
It's
couldn't tell you.
it's interesting because I've interviewed a couple of people, and when they ask you what you want, they say it, and then in hindsight, they're like, I should have been more specific because they're thinking, I asked for A, but what are the chances they're gonna just, but they're taking that little thing. Like Michelle was just like, oh, it's fine if his salary is lower, but then that became the one thing that she was
Thing,
fixated
yeah,
on, for that. So she said she wants a fun boy. I'm like, oh my God, you might regret saying that.
right.
She dark features, a traditional person. She wants someone that goes to new restaurants. I'm like, okay, they're kind of hitting the thing. But then she says, I want things to be chaotic. And I'm like, oh God.
Yeah,
You asked and you
like
shall receive.
ask for it. Yeah,
She says that she grew up on food stamps, and so she has a drive not to be poor again. He said he wants a girly girl, and it's mandatory for them to accept his family, especially his mom, who is intense. And I'm like, is this a forewarning for us? I don't know. but they both want kids, which is good because we don't like a case where I don't want kids and then someone says I want kids and then they match them and then they have to figure that out. So,
Yeah.
um, Paul comes to Felipe and says, I have concerns with you. You were late to both our meetings. You missed our Zoom call. I'm like, Paul, X nay, X this man. Tell him to
Right.
go
Like, why
home.
is this like why is he still being considered? I'm so confused.
Because it's a reality show. But they want it silent. We're supposed to go along with it, but he's great. And Felipe is doubling down. He's like, yeah, because I was partying. Like, I have a job that allows me to do that. And I'm like, partying is not mandatory, my dude. You're saying it like it's a right, like a voting right or something. He does say though that his dad or people around him can vouch that when he worked for Microsoft for 7 years, he did what he had to do and he showed up on time. And Paul is like, I'm not mad at your lifestyle, but how can you give up this partying when you marry someone? And he says, the one thing I'm missing in my life is love. And whatever my partner, when we decide together that we're going to do, that I'll do it and I'll be there for her. And I'm a good communicator. And as long as he does say, as long as she's the right person, I will adjust to, what she requires. What I'm hearing is like, if she's the right person, I will change. If I decide she's not the right person, I can do whatever I want to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the loophole there. So Paul is like, I've heard enough. You're ready. I'm like, wait, what? What if he was like, no, I'm not going to change? What would have happened then? But, they found him a match. So he came with concerns, but he was, convinced by whatever Felipe said, and he's ready to go and ready to get married. Yay, Felipe.
Yay. He did it.
So his parents are happy for him because they were there. Like Felipe actually cries actually when he finds that out. And Lisa and Paul get together and she says she thinks that Felipe has a certain je ne sais quoi. I don't see it, so I'm struggling. But she sees it and she's the expert, so we'll go with that. They give us all the reasons that they were matched, and Lisa says that Tori is going to be the guitarist and Felipe is going to be the lead singer. So um, yeah, that's it for them in terms of the match. Any thoughts on that? What are you thinking at this point?
At that point, I was just like, okay, this guy obviously he has an interesting personality. Like he is a character. I
Hmm.
I was before I saw the wedding, like their actual wedding. I was like, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know how this is gonna work. Like, I mean, she asked for it though, so
yeah. And for all we know, maybe she wants to party too. We don't know. But she seems like a little responsible because I mean, she's the one who paid for her sister's college and did all
yeah.
the
And I
things.
will say that's what I got from both of them that made me go, okay, I really like this. Is the fact that they are like their family is everything.
Hmm. Yeah, they're aligned on that. Maybe if their like core values are aligned, maybe they could work with it. I'm just curious to see how she reacts to his partying because he seems excessive, and I want to know if he feels like he can just quit anytime for something
Yeah,
that's a huge part of his life.
we'll have to see if he parties too much, and I don't know. She might join him. She says
Hmm.
she wants the chaos, so we'll
Hmm.
see.
Hmm. Okay, we go straight to their wedding. Her dress is so cute. I found it really lovely. And he says he's focused on having love in his life, but he's worried. He was telling his groomsmen he's worried about his mom. I'm like, again, with the mom thing. Oh
Yeah,
gosh. So his family does come by. His sister asks, "Do you think like she'll fit in with the family?" I'm like, "How would he know? He hasn't met her."
I said the same thing. I was like, ask him after the wedding.
I think everyone was just nervous. No one's
Yeah,
been on camera before, and everyone's just trying to find their way through it
exactly.
all. So, Tori, for some reason, just keeps thinking that he's gonna run, and she even asked the producer, like, "What are the chances? Do you think that he's gonna run?" And I'm like, "It's okay, sweetie. 20 seasons in, we've only had it once, so you'll be fine. It's okay." um, his mom is a baddie. I think she's really cute. Like, we saw her in the restaurant, but she's all dolled up and she looks really nice. And the venue is by the water. It just looks gorgeous. Like,
So beautiful. Yeah.
yeah, they spent money on that. How many people were you allowed to invite to the wedding?
Um, 12 each.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you think that if you had stayed married, you would have had another wedding, or that was enough?
I don't know. I think so. I'm not much of a like a big let's
For
throw a
yeah.
party for anything.
Yeah.
I always say so when I get married
Yeah.
again, uh,
Yes.
when I get to choose the person, I'm like, people have all those engagement parties and bridal
Yeah.
showers. I don't want all of that.
All of that.
I just want to get married. Like that's it. I don't want all the extra things. So I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
probably some sort of big celebration on the 1 year anniversary. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Because in my mind, I'm so practical. I'm like, it's free, it's paid for. Hey,
Right. We
that's
did
it.
it. It's it.
Tori asked for her inhaler because she's so nervous. And then, she eventually walks down the aisle. And Felipe's first words were, wow. And then tells her she's stunning. And I'm like, okay, brownie points for that. Like, always, always, just no matter what you're feeling, compliment, your bride. um she thanks the family and friends that showed up and says, like, it gives her peace to see that he has his family around because it means a lot to her as well. And he's like, oh, the matchmakers did well, like we're aligned on that. And this is what we always ask for, like just give them the basic, a few things that they align on, and then they can build on that. But if you give people the complete opposite, they're already on defense mode. They're just like, nope. So I see they got rid of the family and friends little things that they do the write up. I can't remember if you guys had that
Yeah, where they say,
lifetime. Yeah.
Tori's family and friends would like you to
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so it looks like they got rid of that. And they say their vows, and during their vows there was a bee in her veil, and I don't know why no one was more freaked out. Like, everyone was so chill about that. I'm like, what if she's allergic? Has no one watched Bridgerton? Like, stop. So, Um, when it's time to kiss, they don't kiss, which boo. I don't like when people don't kiss. I need you to kiss even if it's a peck. But he's like, "Can I get a hug?" But then afterwards he's like, "Okay, we can kiss too." And then they kiss, but it's already awkward at that point because
Yeah, I'm like, that's awkward.
so many steps. Yes. So as you said, they walk out, they tell each other, "Oh my god, you're so hot." I'm like, "Okay, Parmita and Corbin, thank you." But we're glad that they find each other attractive, and that was it. So any like final thoughts with the two? Like, I know you said the wedding kind of gave you
Yeah,
more hope.
I love the family aspect of it.
Hmm.
As someone who like that was a major thing for me. It's just how close are you with your family? So I like that. I think it's just going to be interesting to see how their personalities vibe. Like, is she really okay with the fun boy in her
Yeah.
words, or is he just going to be too fun? We'll see.
Yeah. Yes. So I will tell you guys one thing. The one little thing that keeps me hopeful about them is that on decision day, he showed up with like a big, massive bouquet of flowers. If you were going to say no, or if you were on bad terms, would you show up with a big bouquet of flowers?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know if it means anything because men are confusing, but
I'm
that's
like,
my
I
own.
don't think that means anything. I don't play into that. I'm like, I don't think that means anything.
Oh, Brittany.
I don't play into that. Men will do and say whatever they want to do and
That is
say.
true. That is so true. But yeah, so that was the only thing that gave me hope. But by all accounts, I don't, this partying thing, I'm so put off by it, but we'll see, what happens. So, okay. I'll take a quick break and I'll be right back to talk about Belle Jolie and Mecca. All right, and we're back. So, Paul walks into her studio because she's a singer, as you guys remember, and she's singing, and he comes there, gives her a big applause, and is like, "Oh, can we go to the wherever it was to talk?" Because Paul is very big on privacy. At many times, he's like, "Can we go in private? Can we go to the other room to talk?" She says that she doesn't judge people off their bank accounts, and she wants her husband to think the same way. And I'm like, Belle Jolie, girl, in this economy, we're not judging, but we needs the money. But she does say that she has many jobs. Like, she teaches dance classes, she's a freelance makeup artist, and she's also a singer songwriter. She has not been dating, and she doesn't get a preamble as long as Felipe does. They just tell her you have a match. I wasn't even expecting it. It was like 5 minutes in, they're like, you have a match. Then in walks Mecca, with a statement cross necklace. It was like a big old thing on his neck. And coincidentally saying that he would love someone that serenades him every night. And I'm like, am I being played? Is this production? Like, did he really just say that on his
It
own?
was made in heaven.
Because she's a singer. And I, you think Mecca's cute, right? I think I asked you
I think
up
it's
top. Okay, yeah, okay. So, her deal breakers: no ambition, no drive, not romantic, good hygiene, and the thing she's looking forward to is matching outfits. Where do you fall on matching outfits?
never. No. Like matching outfits, or I get matching kind of the aesthetic and the
The color,
colors and the
yeah,
color scheme. I'm
yeah.
no, I would not match with my. I no, I don't even like when twins are matching. I don't know. It's just, I just feel like everyone needs to have their own personality, and like
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
my.
I have never worn a matching outfit with my husband yet. Let me say yet, but I never have. We've done colors because sometimes when he wants to be annoying, like I'll wear a color, then he'll go change and wear the same color. I'm like, what are you doing? But yeah, yeah. Okay, so Paul asked him about his job, and he says he used to be embarrassed about it. That he then oh my god, he shared how a girl he was dating, they were having sex, and the girl was like, "Your line of work is messing up my pH balance." Open the schools, people. Like what?
Oh my gosh, that was yeah. I cracked up when I heard that. I was like, what?
But this is why these people are cast, because they're willing to share these things. They're willing to say these things out loud. And, I put you in that category, Brittany. Like, you guys are great. You guys are willingly go on reality TV. You're on there because there's something special about you guys that,
We're just ready to bear it all, and that's fine.
yes, yes, we could never. So, Dr. Lisa tells Mecca that she found someone for him, and I have never seen this before in all of my 20 seasons. Dr. Lisa is touching Mecca, leaning into Mecca, like, ha ha ha, you've been matched. And I'm like, oh, okay. Can we do that? Is that allowed? But she's enthusiastic, as he said, about him. So he says that he never felt anyone wanted to love him, and his biggest fear is that he's scared of not being accepted, which is sad, but it's like a worry because then it feels like he's going to need a lot of words of affirmation and
Mhm.
a lot of reassurance that I don't know if Beljolie has that. But he does say, like, his line of work is a family business. The salary is not bad because Paul is like, Paul Peacock wants to make sure that we know that he's not lacking for money because he's like, I saw your paycheck. I saw it. I'm like, well, Paul, what does it say? You saw it, but is it good stuff? But he's implying that he makes good money. But he also does catering too. So just like Beljolie, they do different things in
Yeah.
their line of work. He does say, I do want an attractive person. And she says, like, she doesn't mind, like, if the families are different. Like, she met her dad at 20. She didn't meet her dad, growing up. And when she met him, he requested a DNA test. Oh, that's so heartbreaking.
That's wild. Yeah.
At the same time, because they're doing these interviews in different rooms, different times, they both say, he says, I'm a lover boy. She says, I'm a lover girl. And I'm like, are they matching? Or do I just assume that production asks, are you a lover girl? And then she has to answer in the rule of reality, yes, I am a lover girl. And then I'm like, oh, they're in love. They're perfect. Is that what you think it is, Brittany?
I don't know. I feel like that term is so widely used now. Lover boy, lover girl. Just it really could have been just part of their vocabulary.
Okay. Okay, I can go with that because I was like, I know I'm so pessimistic watching all these reality TV shows. I'm like, the production had to ask them that question, right? But okay. I'm not biased at all, guys, but I love them already. I'm hoping that they work out. They seem to have all the things on paper, but that's how it starts. It's always good on paper, and then shit hits the fan. So we get to their wedding day, and Brittany, I read this many times, but it would appear that her mom's name is Valent.
I saw that. I saw that, and I was like, "Is that accurate?"
I had to rewind. It is accurate. Like maybe we'll get a history, but her mom's name is Valent. She wants him to wear white. I can't remember the reason why she said it means that he's serious. I think she said, if he wears white. I also noticed that they weren't getting ready in a hotel. It was in a house, so I don't know why. All his groomsmen look 18. They look so young, but he's 28. So Mecca's dad comes in. His name is Logic, and this man is an attention whore. He just wants all of the attention.
I was like, logic, okay.
Oh,
He gives like old school like
yeah.
pimp vibes.
Yeah, I think he was just like, I'm gonna be a camera. I'm gonna, use this moment and just,
He's a
make it
character.
known that I'm here.
Yeah.
You know. So he asked, what do I do if she's not feeling me? And the dad was like, well, the worst that could happen, ask yourself what's the worst that could happen. And either way, you still have people that love you. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounded reassuring. So I'm like, that's nice. Like, his dad is supporting him. But
Yeah.
he is wearing white though. He is wearing white. Like so many coincidences. Like, good for them. Jolie comes out, and I'm sad to say, guys, I don't like her dress. I don't like her hair. I feel like they dated her with that 90s prom hair because she's stunning. She's gorgeous. Like if
Yeah,
you see
she's
her
gorgeous.
pictures, it wasn't like that. I'm like, why did you do that to her on her wedding day too? But anyways, she does tell us that she's not kissing at the altar, that a kiss is sacred, and he has to wait. And I'm like, boo, just peck. Like, what? Why?
It was something.
um Mecca says he's reading the room for that one, and his dad is like, well, the cheek is for the weak and the tongue is for the sprung. Like, oh my god. Um, they get to the altar, there are lots of candles, and she arrives. They both smile. She's not really giving eye contact. I think she's just so nervous. And yeah, they talk about each other, and his dad takes a moment and gets up and says, I'm the dad and this is me. And Mecca's like, the way I am, I'm weird, is because of my dad, and his dad has his moment. But it's time for them to kiss, and she points to the cheek, and it was an awkward hug, and then she bursts out, hey, I just met you. And then he sings back. I don't know, it was awkward.
And then they played the song
They
that
did.
I was like, okay. I was so confused. I was
Well, I
like,
mean,
okay.
we got money now, so they even got the original, but it was just their first encounter just seemed awkward. But again, giving grace, nervous, they're just meeting. Hopefully, everything plays out. So they don't sit for their what I call the champagne chat to get to know each other, and they're standing by the steps. And he's asking like, "Oh, so what were you expecting when you were standing there?" And then they just switch. We didn't even hear her answer. They didn't get to play out the scene. They just flipped to pictures, and then it was dark and it was nighttime, and I'm like, what was that about? I don't know. So he says he doesn't know how she feels about him. He feels like her family hated him, that they probably just think he's a pretty boy who thinks he's too cool for school. And this goes back to what we were saying, like he has insecurities that we don't know if she's
Out.
equipped,
Yeah.
yeah, to handle it. So but the thing is, he keeps saying that he feels great about her and all, but he never actually said what he thinks about her. That's the one thing that I clocked, was like he was saying all the things about, I don't know if they like me, I don't know this and that, but what do you think about her? We don't know. Did you tell her? Did you tell us? No. So there's that. All right. Our final couple is, oh, wait, did you have any final thoughts on them?
No, I feel like I just didn't get enough to even form an opinion, honestly. Like
Yeah.
they're both attractive.
Yeah.
And
I'm
that's all I got.
I'm on the fence because while I'm saying that about him, I think I kind of agree. I don't know what Belle Jolie thinks. And they didn't even give us a confessional of her saying, oh, my husband is hot. Oh, I
Right.
find him attractive.
We really don't know.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if, oh God, I'm not going to say it, but I'm wondering if his dad is right. If you say kiss me on the cheek, is it because, I mean, there's always the possibility of nerves, but is there a possibility of, oh, I don't know if I find him attractive? So, because if you think, oh, he's fine, you can give me a kiss. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know where she stands on that. So hard to read. All right. Our final couple is Adam and Marissa. They both want someone active. They want someone who looks fit. Adam claims that he doesn't discriminate. He a damn lie. And he said it's more about what's on the inside for him. Right. Um, he was an Eagle Scout. Paul made it a point to bring that up that he was an Eagle Scout. And I
Yeah,
think it's to play into the discipline thing, I guess.
I think I clocked that as well. I'm like, okay.
Hmm. Hmm. So Paul is like, you're 6'5", you make money, you're an Eagle Scout. My question is, why the hell are you here? I'm like, yes, that's the red flag. Like, what is the problem? Why are you here? And he says, it's not tough to meet someone, but it's tough to find someone to spend my life with. So Paul stops by Adam's dock and his friends are around. And, I'm like, Paul, do you have a crush on Adam? Because he's all like, he has no body fat. Like, he has this, he has that. But I'm just kidding, guys. I just mean, like, he was praising him a lot when he got there. And his friend asked, like, from what you've seen, like, what do you observe about him? And Paul asked for consent to share about the things they've been talking about and says, like, I find that he's very controlled. And then he's like, but shifting gears, this is an amazing bachelor pad. I'm like, I want to know more. Like, what? Why are we switching? And he asked him, when is the last time a woman was here? And I noticed that Adam doesn't say a woman. He insists on saying a female, a female, when a female was here. And I'm like, why are we femaling here? And then he brazenly says, last week I had a date and she came over and I made her dinner. And Paul doesn't have a reaction. And I'm like, guys, he said last week. Anybody hear that? He's
Yeah.
going through the process of being matched. Why is he still dating? But let me ask, Brittany, when did you stop dating during this process?
Oh, I don't even think I was dating even before. I don't date. So like that was not an issue for me. I yeah. No, I
Okay.
was not even in that process of dating.
Okay. Fair. But
Yeah.
I'm not overreacting, right? Like having a woman in your house last week when
Last
you're
week.
going through a process is crazy.
Well, then that speaks to the whole like awkward phone conversation that he
Yeah.
had. Yeah.
But this is where people always complain. And at some point, I'm like, maybe they should stop showing us the matchmaking process because clearly some things don't matter. Felipe missed all the meetings and he still got matched. This man tells you I cooked dinner for someone last week and
Last week.
that doesn't matter. And yes, he made him have a phone call on air. We don't know what he does off camera,
Yeah.
And if you have to coach someone to break up with someone, are they really marriage material? Like, are they ready for a
That whole
marriage?
conversation was just so awkward. I was like, "What? Why is this a thing?"
Yeah,
Awkward. It was
for a
very
grown
awkward.
man. Mm-hmm. So Paul says, like, yeah, like you are not direct, and he needs to have like a serious conversation. And he's just like, oh, I don't need to. Like, she's probably gonna be like, why are you calling me? This is weird. This is awkward. And I'm like, no, you have to tell her that you're applying for a show to get married, and I'm never gonna see you again. And he's like, no, I'll just send her a long text. I'm like, oh my god, dating is this is insane.
I was like, red flag,
So
red flag, red flag.
like waving Olay and everything. So Paul says nope, you need to have a clean slate and you make you feel better. He does call her and the girl is like, "Is this a joke?" And he's like, "No, I'm so sorry." And she's like, "Yeah, you should be sorry and I got to go." And he was like, "I'm very surprised at her reaction."
No, I think what threw me off, he's like, okay, I'll talk to you later. Like, wait, no, you won't.
Yeah, that was crazy. And anyways, he said like, he knew that she wasn't going to be his wife anyways because she doesn't like animals. I'm like, so what were you doing? Stringing her along? Like,
Mhm.
just,
Again,
that's
red flag
crazy.
after red flag after red flag.
But he's been looking for his wife since he was 18, and that's okay. So Paul was like, clearly you have to call her after this. And I'm like, he didn't even want to call her this time. Why do you think he's going to call afterwards? But whatever. Paul says the last part is unlocking true vulnerability. He needs to take the armor off. And if he can do that, then they found him a match. I'm like, okay, well, he's in. Marissa says like her person needs to love animals. She's allergic, but she'll take a pill for someone that she likes. And she talks about her dad. She doesn't really, speak to her dad. And then Lisa says something weird. She's like, usually when daughters don't speak to their dad, it's because of an infidelity. I'm like, okay, maybe sometimes, but not all the time. There
Not
are
all
other
the time.
things
Yeah.
that happens. Marissa allegedly says like, I think it was something along those lines, but she did not say it where we saw her say it. They kind of Franken bit it. Was that the past tense of Frankenbite? Yeah, they kind of just put it over her because she didn't actually say it. So I don't know why they did that to fit into something, but I don't know why they put the words over her that. But she said he won't be walking her down the aisle, and Paul calls Adam the Tin Man, and Lisa is like, yes, that Marissa is raw, and her willingness could open Adam up. So basically, she's the fixer upper. How do you match someone you call the Tin Man? That's crazy. That's just crazy to me. All right, so wedding day. This man and jet skiing being his personality. His parents can't make the wedding. They can't be on FaceTime. In fact, he says they are out of service, out of commission. And I'm like, nothing about this sounds good.
I was like, that is, I don't know how many red flags I've given him at this point, but just added a few more. It
Oh
was
no.
weird.
It
And then I think
was.
his siblings or something couldn't attend either. I'm like, not
Yes.
fair.
Yes, it's one thing if your parents can make it, but then your sibling too can make it. And I'm like, it's giving Matt from season 9, where he was like, oh, my family can't make it. But it's like, is it because you knew that this was not going to be something serious, so you didn't want them involved? Or can they really not make it? Because either way, it's terrible. They're not
Yeah.
here to support you, you know? So his grandma also refused to fly. So it's a whole generation, 3 generations of people saying, nope, we don't want to be part of this. So I hope Marissa was serious when she says he doesn't need to come from a Hallmark family, because this is a red flag. If not one person can come to support you, no family is perfect, but I don't know, it's not looking good. So I don't, and also does this mean that we're not going to see them throughout the season? They're not coming for the wedding, but does that mean they don't want to be on camera for the rest of the season? We don't know. So Marissa comes in, and the camera did their bridesmaid dirty because she was picking up the gift that he left on there, and they showed her Spanx showing like through the slit on her dress. And I'm like, you could have gone through another angle. We didn't have to show all of that, guys. So his gift bag has pickleball, ski goggles, and a kill switch. And they're trying to guess what that means. And they're like, oh, that means he has a boat. But I think it's for the jet ski because that's his personality. And she gives him a gift. And of course, the gift is a mini bottle of alcohol. And he says, red flag number one, I don't drink. And I'm like, okay, this is not going well. I think his friends were tin men too. None of them were excited enough for me. They're just standing around, and I don't know if they're his actual friends because no one apparently wants to come support him. But he reads her letter where she says, I just want someone who would do things like eat mac and cheese with me, take a nap with me. And he's like, love that. Cancer causing chemicals and microwavable plastics, but we can educate her. Like I said, the saxophones were getting louder because that's not a good reaction at all. He says it's okay if she's not into, physical. I've trained people to be phenomenal athletes. It's fine. Marissa comes by, her mom comes by, gives her diamonds, and says, in honor of their connection, she starts taking shots with her girls. And she says that he has done a couple of things that he doesn't want to have. And the bottle of alcohol comes up again. He says, I want to retire when I'm 40, and I can't do that if I'm consuming large amounts of alcohol. It causes inflammation, it causes cancer. I'm like, guy, just retire 40. Like, what has this got to do with the other? Like, stop.
It's like, if
um,
you're not going to drink, just don't drink. It's okay.
it's okay. It's not that, big of a deal. So his friend's girlfriend is walking him down the aisle. He chooses that versus walking down alone because, I mean, first impression, I mean, I'm sure she'll think it's his sister, but later on, when you find out that, no, it's not my sister, it's just a girl who's my
I thought it
age.
was awkward because it's like, wait, your friend's girlfriend? Like, what happens if they break up?
It's like forever and ever. Like,
Right.
that was interesting. And then he turns around and it turns out that they know each other. And that's how we left the episode, on a cliffhanger. And I will say, this has happened in Australia before. They knew each other, they'd gone on a date. It did work out. They moved in with each other, but they just broke up a couple of months ago. But just to put that out there. So, what do you think of them?
I think it's going to be a huge issue. And it was just kind of written all over the episode. The fact that she likes to drink, obviously.
Yeah.
And like you can tell that's their storyline.
Yeah.
And he's very disciplined and he, obviously cares about what goes into his body and he doesn't drink. I think that's going to be a huge issue for them. But I also think they're going to try to play her up as this drinker and
Party.
party girl. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I don't, is she really that way? I don't know. But
Yeah.
that's what we're getting.
Yeah. I don't think it would be like concerned, but they are going to play it up. I think I'm more concerned about him instead of treating her like a husband, treating her like he's the dad, like trying
Yeah,
to tell her.
or trying to like change her because like to
Hmm.
the point where he said I've trained many people
People.
or whatever. I was just like, so you're gonna
Yeah.
like try to train her for you're gonna change
Yeah.
her? What are you talking about here?
Yeah. All these people that want to be accepted but don't accept people. You just have to leave room, for all the differences that you have together. So, okay. So, we are in a new season and we always round out the episode with your bouquet and your ashes. Brittany, who has your bouquet for this episode?
Who has my bouquet? I'm gonna say honestly Tori.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Tori, even though she said that she's okay with the chaos and she likes the chaos. Like I could really tell like how important family is to her. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, I think there's something there.
Okay. Okay. We can do that. I know I said a couple of things about him, but my bouquet is going to Paul. It's going to Paul because on the spot, he made that man make a phone call and be like, break that off right now. He called Felipe to task and was like, you gotta, are you ready? Are you gonna do this? And just like for the first episode, I think like, he called him to task and I feel like he's gonna be the truth teller. And based on the preview that we saw, where he was like, I'm trying to save your marriage. I'm like, okay. So
I did, yeah, I saw that and I was like, okay, I see where this is going. He's got to make sure he holds the people accountable.
yes. Okay. And who has your ashes?
It's a toss up between Felipe and Adam, honestly. I just think there were so many red flags with Adam.
Yeah.
Can I do both?
Yes, you
I'm
can.
gonna do both. I'm gonna
Okay.
do both because why are you showing up late to your Zoom? Like, are you taking this seriously? Is my thing for Felipe. And then with Adam, like, are you do you want a wife or do you just want someone that you can try to fit into your lifestyle and try to change?
It's just
Who's going to tell, obviously, and as someone who is on the other side, I try not to judge,
That's
but
fair.
this is what you're giving us, so I can only comment based off what I see.
Yes. I'm not on any side, so I can judge. So
Right,
no,
you
but
can.
it is disrespectful of Felipe, like just multiple times to just disrespect people's time. Like that's ridiculous
Yeah,
to
and it's like you
to
have
do
to
that.
take the process seriously, like you
Yeah.
just you have to, otherwise why do it?
My question also is like, if he's doing all that late night partying, how is he working out? You got to wake up early. Like, when are you fitting that in hungover? Like, that's a superpower if he is doing all that hungover. But, anyways, my ash goes to Adam. I can't get over like his red flags was singing out loud at the opera. Like,
There's
it's
too many.
just too many for him. Like, how he's going to react to it, how he thinks he's better than, and how he just doubled down on not making that phone call and saying, "Oh, why would I do that?" She's gonna be like so many things. His family not showing up, saying that he's trained people to be phenomenal athletes. Like, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's way too many. I'm hoping like he changes our minds, but
Yeah,
again, we can only go based off what we see, and what I saw was red flag, red flag, it's too
yeah,
many.
yeah. And there's a reason they were the first three people that they showed. I'm always looking for some hidden meaning, even when there's none. I'm like, why are they the first three that were shown to us? But yeah.
Right.
Okay. So overall, what would you rate the premiere? Like, was it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I definitely thought so. The fact that it was only like an hour or a little over an hour, I thought it would have been more. I thought it would have been longer.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, I feel like I can get a sense of how the season's going to go, like kind of the vibe that they're going for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. Jury's still out. I'll say the first episode, maybe a solid 8.
Solid 8. Oh, that's not bad. That's a passing. That's a B. It's a B out there. Okay, well, Brittany, thank you so much for joining me and for sharing your insights and our thoughts. We can't wait to see how all of this plays out. Do you have anything you want to share where people can find you with the people out there?
Yeah, sure thing. So I'm on Instagram at OMGBMO. And then also Megan and I have a podcast. So you can also find that at Intentionally Irrelevant.
Yes, and I will put those in the show notes so you can find that over there. And if anyone out there has the connects for a perfect match, our girl, put her name out there, okay? Okay. Or if you have anyone that's like a good guy, her DMs are there. I'm volunteering her.
Oh, Lord, not the D. Chances are I probably won't read them, but
All right, guys, you know where to find me. It's Tain Talks on your social media of choice. Please give me a 5-star rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and stay subscribed so you don't miss out on any new episodes. Don't forget that they're moving back to Thursdays. So the episodes are going to come out back on Thursdays. I think it was just Sunday to capture the Love Island crowd, but Thursdays are when the episodes are going to come out. So episodes 2 and 3 are coming out this Thursday. So look out for that on Peacock. Until next time, guys. Bye.